Hello. Welcome to Reading Sprints. A little bit early. I've decided to go for a 7 o'clock start just because I kept getting really sleepy in the last sprint and having to bow out early because I don't know, is this pushing a big decade milestone or is this just life this year? But I'm just getting really sleepy, Alex. I don't know about you, but I get to 9:30 and I'm like, is it bedtime? Can I go to bed at bedtime?
I do think that it might be these dark nights that we've got now because, you know, we've passed that autumn equinox, so it's just going to start getting darker and darker now until we hit midwinter. So I think, you know, maybe it's just your internal clock, Amy.
Maybe. I think it'll go on my internal clock in more ways than one.
Yeah.
I love fall, autumn, and I love winter in so many ways, but that is the one that I struggle with. I get really sleepy in the evening. I think I'm like a creature that's meant to hibernate, and
yeah, perhaps so.
It just gets to Nathan's bedtime, and I think, can I just go to bed now? Like, is it socially acceptable for a mum to go to bed at like 8 p.m. with a small person?
I mean, I think it is. I think you should, you know, if you're tired, I think that you know, should definitely.
I'm really bad for that.
Rest up.
I always end up staying up past tired, and then I'm like a kid where I get all hyper and I then can't sleep because I've gone past my tired point.
Oh, I can imagine.
Yeah, it's not good. I am reading a really good book, Alex. I think you would like it. Open the tab accordingly. And I don't know whether you can see the little fang marks on her neck.
Oh, yes, very cool.
And it says on the front, making sure the dead things stay buried is the family business.
I see. I mean, that's very cool.
And in the first chapter, a nice elderly farmer is just going about his business and checking his property, and then bad things happen. And that's all I've read. And I'm like, this is so good. You know, you just read some books and you're immediately gripped, and you're in the voice, and it's set in the deep south, hence the bless your heart. I won't try and do a southern accent, but I'm just imagining a nice southern lady saying
yes, I could definitely picture that.
But yeah, it's cool. Really cool. It's like, have you read the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires?
No, I haven't.
I feel it's really good. I think you'd like it, but I feel like it's like the kind of feminist take on that, possibly.
I like that.
And it's 1999. It's set just in the 90s. So,
oh my God.
Yeah,
very cool.
It's ticking many boxes. So I'm planning, hopefully, to read a wee bit of this tonight. And also, do you ever have days or nights where you have a long list of really boring admin tasks and you've let them stack up? And
all the time. Yeah, and you'll feel so much better when they're done, but you just can't bring yourself.
They're really boring, like order school photos, which, yes, it's a beautiful photo. I'm quite happy to do it. But there's about 70 options of what you could have with this photo. Like,
I'm sure I remember something about a photo. Was it from nursery or something like that? Was it like this time last year? I'm sure that there's been...
Yeah, there was a slight drama that he wouldn't let me take his picture this time last year, and I was slightly scared that it was going to be like just a blur running away from the photo. But it went really well, and this year it's another lovely photo. But I don't have options. It's like, do you want it in a snow globe or on a piece of canvas or...
In a snow globe?
In a snow globe. In a little piece of plastic. Do you want Christmas themed ones? I'm like, no, I just want a really nice picture. Maybe the digital download if I can get it. So that's one of my jobs, to go through and try and figure out the code that is school photo.
That's hilarious. A snow globe.
Yeah.
That's so fancy. I don't think snow globe was a option. Trist, have you ever had a photo of you in a snow globe for school photos?
It's not even a very good snow globe. I'm just really confused by the whole... It's like, you know, those rubbish ones that you get in really cheap shops for 99p that are just plastic with the
photo slotted in it. Right. Yeah. I understand. I've got you. I mean, that's... I had never heard of that. And
well, Trish just gets pulled into the conversation and is like, "What is happening?" Like, context, please.
He's very used to it.
I've never been in a snow globe. I'm sure he probably gets questions like that from you all the time.
He does, although he is putting his headset on now, so I'm taking that as a signal that I'm not to ask him any more nonsense.
Oh, we should band together when Kevin and Trish go, right, that is enough of both of your nonsense. Just go and talk to each other.
Yes. Most definitely.
I've got to do that, and I've got a couple of because I'm now doing some extra freelance work. I keep just saying yes to things. So I've said yes to some other freelance job, which is not going to be many hours a week, but it's just a nice extra little thing to do.
Yeah.
So I've got to sign the contract for that. And I'm just looking at my list. I've got to send an email to somebody who sent me a book, so I need to say thank you for the book. And I feel like it's like I don't want to be the person who doesn't thank somebody accordingly, and if I forget.
I know what you mean. I have a lot of like worries around that, especially like, you know, responding to people online and stuff. I always feel a little bit like I've missed something, you know.
Always. So yeah, I've got one of those nights that hopefully the reward will be to read the vampire book at the end of it, but there's a lot of boring admin tasks in my future. So how about you? Are you doing anything nice? Are you writing?
Yes. So, big news. Big news here in Shea, Castle Motterberg.
I wasn't sure what you were going to say. I was like, is it Alex Land?
I think, well, I don't know. I feel like I've been trapped in Alex Land for the past year, writing Ministry of Mischief 2. I've got like little limps running around my head, and that's all done now. So I've submitted that. So Simon Schuster, you can enjoy it. It is bonkers. You can enjoy it. And I am going to be I'm doing some Vampires 3. I'm going back. I know. So I've just had a look, and I've got 25,000 words written.
That's really good. How many words does it need to be?
So it should be about 60 when
That's
it's
quite
finished.
long. Like my
Vampires.
first Mina book, I never know how long books are. It's very deceptive when you see it because the font and the margins and everything throws me off. I think the first Mina book was 73,000, and then I massively overshot on the next two, and they just got longer and longer. And I seem to write 100,000 word books now. My upcoming book is nearly 100,000 words, and every time I edit it, it just gets longer. It's going in the wrong direction.
Oh, I know. It's so hard, isn't it? When I finished Minmus 2, I was about 8,000 words over target. It needs to be about 50. And I managed to whittle it down to 55. And then that was the point where I was like, right, I need professional help now.
Yeah,
I need a grown up to step in.
Mine was in the 80s, and then I had my structural edit, and a lot of the structural edits were to add things. So I added the things and was told that 95 as an absolute upper limit would be okay. And I think I'm at about 98. So I'm hoping that that's close enough to 95 not to upset anybody. I feel like a bell might go off if I hit 100k, like alarms are going to ring in the publisher.
Yes, yeah. A trap door will open up, or like a big claw will come down from the ceiling and like just pick you up and just take you away.
Drop me in the publishers until I sort it out.
Yeah, yeah. In your Nightmare Before Christmas hoodie as well.
Yeah, I haven't been on screen in it. Let me show everybody now alive. It's this time of year. This is Halloween, everybody. Like,
we've made it.
It's from Primark, and it's the best thing. I lived in it last year, and it's only September, and I'm already in it. I've just given up the ghost this year. I'm like, it's winter now, I think. Well, no, it's not. It's Halloween.
You want to be comfy, you know, and that's what it's all about. I feel like I have to be comfy to get anything done, ever.
Yeah, same. Now that I'm working mostly from home, it's interesting. Like on a Thursday, I'm going into a school, and it's like, oh gosh, real clothes. What are they again? Like things that match.
I know.
And like,
I know.
And obviously in the classroom, you're bending over and stuff all the time. So it's like making sure that like your top's long enough, your top's high necked enough, and I just basically walk around on the morning of teaching, like testing it out from every angle, like just to manage teaching.
Yes. Oh gosh, yeah, I know that very well.
In fact, they're old enough to have read your book. I need to make sure, like, we need to do a little talk about middle grade books, because I told them that I was an author, because we were talking about, I think their class book is The Invention of Hugo Cabret.
Oh, yes.
And we were talking about how long it takes books to get edited and how many words they are and stuff. And I made the mistake of saying, oh, and my books. And they were like, what? I was like, oh, yeah, not everybody knows that I've written books. I've written books. And they found it absolutely fascinating. But I'm just not talking to them about them because they're about 3 years too young to read them.
Yes. I know what you mean. If I'm talking to the younger years, it's always a case of, you know, So, boys and girls, what do you think I do for my job? Strictly no, like, scary vampire talk. I don't want Lady Siegelinda to make the kids cry, you know.
Can you imagine? You just open the book and they're all like, "Oh no, we can go away."
Oh, it reminds me of, you know, when is it Adam's Family Values? I want to say it's Adam's Family Values when Morticia takes on the job reading to the children.
Oh yeah.
And she talks about the witch burning alive in the oven, and she's like, "Now, children, what do you think that feels like?" And everyone starts to cry.
I feel like, I don't know whether it's just because she was my Morticia, but I feel like she's the definitive Morticia Adams. Like, she's so good, isn't she?
She is for me, even though she's not the original.
Yeah.
She is for me. And Angelica, yeah.
That's Angelica Houston. She's the Grand High Witch, isn't she?
She is also the Grand High Witch.
I made some kids cry being the Grand High Witch once. I felt a bit bad, but it needed to be done. All I did, to be fair, was look at my feet.
Was it not even a dress-up day, Amy? You just went
No, I was just reading The Witches, and I pretended my shoes were hurting as I was reading, and then I just did that to my hair. And a couple of kids got really scared, and one cried. And I did apologise to him, and I was like, I thought you could manage The Witches. I didn't realise we were in like crying territory here. I'm really sorry.
Oh my days! My goodness me!
I feel like I could read that to Nathan now, and he'd be like, "More, mummy, more." Obviously, not all parents expose their children to horror from a young age.
More horror. More horror, mother.
This soapbox derby thing was on TV earlier because, you know, the boys in my house like to watch this sort of thing. And Nathan's like, "Oh, mummy, you'll like that when it's spooky." And it was shaped like a big skull, one of them. I'm like, my child knows me well.
Was it like the Red Bull soapbox race?
Yeah.
I love them.
It is really funny, it has to be said. I love trying to predict if they're going to just crash and burn halfway down.
Yeah, I love anything like that.
All the bits were falling off it, and it just kept on going. It was so funny. So yeah, that. Ooh, Stephen's reading something hardcore. Jane Eyre. It's a long time since I've read that, Stephen. You have to let me know what you think of it. Every now and again, I get a craving to reread a Bronte book, and they are quite meaty, aren't they? But I do love them, the ones that I've read. I haven't read a DNF to Villette. That's the only one that I've not read to the end that I've started. I think that's Charlotte. Wasn't my favourite, but I really like Jane Eyre and Wuthering Heights and The Tent of Wildfell Hall. They're all kind of similar, aren't they? Like remote household.
Yeah.
Mysterious man, you know, fill in the gaps. Are you a Bronte fan?
So my choice was always Jane Eyre, but I remember us doing Wuthering Heights in college and I really enjoyed it. There's going to be a new film adaptation of that, isn't there?
Is there?
I believe so.
I'm so behind on what is going to be a film at the moment. We went on a school trip. I did it in sixth form, and we went, a bunch of about 8 girls did A-level English lit. We're in my class, and our teacher took us on a minibus, and it was the worst rain I've ever seen, and we were traipsing across the moors, and every one of us fell over. It was so slippy. Like, literally, it was just like faceplant every 5 seconds, and we were just squealing and laughing, and it was like terrible but amazing at the same time. And then we just sat and shivered and drank hot chocolates after. Like, that was the real like North York Moors experience right there. It was awesome.
That sounds incredible.
Ooh, a gruesome horror mystery. That sounds good, Sharon. How do you say that surname? Gritsmacher?
Gritsmacher?
Oh yeah, your macher sounded more convincing than my macher.
Maybe.
My Yorkshire came out, my macher. Hello, Nadine. Yes.
Mwah.
Thank you. I am enjoying
the Sharon seal of approval.
Yep. Oh, another Riley Sager one. I'm so bad. I keep buying Riley Sager books, and I've read one of them. I think I own about 5. That's a bad ratio. Don't tell Kev. Did I tell you Nathan facilitates me, though? Kev and I were having a conversation of there's probably enough Halloween stuff in our house. And I was like, yeah, okay, maybe I've hit my point for this year. And Nathan was like, no, Mummy, I think you should buy 10 more things. And I was like,
10 more?
Can you be in charge of my budget, please? And can I teach you some bigger numbers so that we can just keep buying stuff?
Yeah. I mean, that's, gosh. So Nathan is what we would call an enabler.
Yes, and Kev is a disabler.
I see.
And I'm the neutral ground in the centre.
You're just the abler.
Yes, yeah, that must be it. Like, on some things I hate about you, I know you can be overwhelmed and underwhelmed, but can you ever just be whelmed?
Yes. Oh my God, I love that film.
I know, I want to watch it now, although I get too sad when I watch it now because Heath Ledger.
I know, but it's just so great and it's so quotable.
It
That
is. It
must be
really
Nigel with the brie.
is. Yeah,
It's not Nigel with the
it's
brie.
not. It's a whole heap of trouble. Oh God, I want to watch it now, Alex. You're an enabler. You're not an abler or a
I know,
disabler.
I'm Team Nathan.
Yes, you are. Oh gosh, you need to meet him at some point, please. You two will get on like house on fire.
I wouldn't know what to do with him. I just think that,
Talk to him like an adult, and he'd be
little
fine.
kids are like tiny drunk adults. I just think that we'd just be chaos.
When he's tired, that is exactly right. At the hairdresser's the other day, he was really tired and he was sitting there swaying on the seat, and me and the hairdresser like made eye contact, and I just knew she was thinking what I was. He was like swaying and singing to himself, and I'm like, yeah, he hasn't had a point. I swear, this is just what children are like when they've been to school.
Yes.
Oh, hi Lizzie. I'm having a tiring day. Lizzie, do whatever you want that will make you happy this evening. Ooh, I'm so bad. I've read such a patchy selection of Anne Rice's books, and I keep meaning to go. I do this every so often. I go back to the beginning and start reading them again, and then get horribly lost as soon as it gets religious. So maybe I need to do a Google of which of the books are really religious and maybe skip those, because I just get really lost in them. I don't think I know enough about like what she's getting at for it I don't know. I just want it to be about vampires. I think as soon as it becomes symbolic, I get a bit lost. Let us know, Lily. Is that a good one? Oh, it's such a good film. It is, I'd say, in my top 10 favourite films. I did a top 5 favourite films with Josh Winning the other day because I interviewed him about his new book, and it was really funny. I was all over the place. I was like, Enchanted, Fight Club, The Departed, and Lost Boys. And Josh was like, that is a selection of films there. Like, let's unpick from Disney Princess to Fight Club.
It is a little bit eclectic, isn't it, really?
Yeah, I think that's me in a nutshell. Disney to Fight Club, like that.
Yes.
If I just said they're my 2 favourite films, you'd probably understand me as a human, I think. Right, let's do a sprint. I thought we'd maybe... so this is a series of 2 books. Right. So that isn't in the Vampire Chronicles. I do need to read the Mayfair Witches as well. I am having a bit of a witchy vibe. I watched Practical Magic, realised it's not a cosy film, but still really loved it anyway. Have you watched it, Alex?
I've never seen Practical Magic, but I am a little bit determined this year to pick up kind of all of the retro kind of classic, the must watches.
The 2 cozy scenes you've seen though, Midnight Margaritas and always put lavender in your pillow and fall in love as often as you can. That is about 2 seconds of the film, and the rest of it is dark thriller. I'm just warning you. Like,
really?
Yes, it's really dark, and I wish somebody had told me that, so I'm imparting that knowledge to you.
Okay,
I really enjoyed
you.
it, but I expected cuddles and magic all the way through, and it's more like murder and lots of other things. So just bear that in mind.
Well, I mean, that sounds excellent.
Yeah, I love The Craft.
And I love The Craft.
I don't know if I've watched Witch of Eastwick, but I've watched so far.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, Nancy is just like one of the best characters ever. In fact, Josh was wearing a Nancy t-shirt that I immediately coveted when I interviewed him the other day. We did like a t-shirt reveal, and I was wearing a Scream one and he was wearing a The Craft one. I was like, soulmates, both in our 90s horror to the end.
So what you're saying is now you've become a coven?
Yeah, I mean, I accidentally started a cult according to Ashlyn, so...
Oh, really?
Well, she just said Amy and the cult, and I was like, that has an interesting ring to it.
Amy and the cult, is that...
Can you imagine?
I mean, I feel like that could be like your YouTube channel name,
It wouldn't be a very good cult, though. It'd be like, right, everybody, let's sit and read and eat chocolate and have a nice time, and everybody'd be like, dude, this is not a cult. And I'm like, well, I'm sorry, you asked me to lead it. What was going to happen?
Although, can I be honest, I think that sounds like good time. I think that sounds like the kind of cult I could get behind.
Yeah, not really a cult though. I've done lots of research into the definition of cults. A real one would not be fun. I keep getting free tags. I'm assuming Triss is moving around and your characters are static behind you, and every now and again like a shadow flits between them and it looks very haunted.
You'll have to watch the footage back to find out.
I'm seriously going to. I'm going to pause it. Opportune moments. I'm sorry, Triss. We keep mentioning your name. I'm going to stop it now.
Sorry, Triss. We can see you in the background.
There would
Yeah,
be.
we saw you very briefly, just so you're aware. But we can't see you behind Leo now.
No,
No,
Just,
you're all
just
right.
make
Leo
yourself
is
into a
blocking you from
vampire
view.
shape, and you'd be all right.
No, you're all right now, Tress. Don't worry.
Kev spends the whole time trying not to be in sprints, and it's difficult. He's so big, and our house is so small. It's bound to happen. There would be, Sharon. There'd be 90s films. There'd be lots of chat. It'd be lovely. Right, I'm going to do the sprints the other way around today because Kev pointed out that I'd changed the times. So let's give people a chance to turn up. I'll do a 30-minute one to begin with, and then try 2 5-minute ones. So I'm totally going rogue today. So let's try. I know. Try a 30-minute one to start.
We're breaking all the rules.
We are. I'm going to start the timer, and we'll see you in a little bit.
Bye. See you on the other side.
Hello.
Hello.
My list is going really well. It's
Very,
amazing.
very good.
You know, the silly admin things that you put off, maybe leaving them all together is the answer, because I've got a little post-it note and I've just worked my way down and like order this thing, send this email. Whereas I've been thinking about them for probably a week or two. I should have just maybe done
That
them.
is satisfying. So what you're saying is then your procrastination has paid off.
Yeah, it has. Really satisfying. So I'm going to get to the end of, I reckon the end of the next sprint, I should have done it. And then maybe I can read in the last sprint.
That'd be so nice.
Read my book. I'm trying not to work as much in evenings. She says working on sprint in the evening. But I am trying to work in the day, and I'm getting a lot done in the day, but I'm just finding it was an unfortunate deadline, fell like I've just got it in like just over a week ago. So I was working frantically in evenings to try and hit the deadline. I had some protein powder, full disclosure. So if I'm doing this and if I look a bit powdery, it's not anything nefarious. I did just have some protein powder and still put it down myself. So my lovely black Oodie looks a little bit grey now. So
Dear me.
that's as exciting as my life gets.
Yes, substances.
Yeah, literally just protein powder on its own as well. I didn't even put in anything. I'm trying to be really
Oh
good
God.
and take all these supplements and stuff. And Kev's really good. He kind of gets them all ready for me. So in that sprint, I just quickly went and like vitamined myself and took all my powders.
Is it
and
not like
protein.
really powdery?
Yeah, hence the me going and it going all down myself. It was quite satisfying though. I kind of like my breath kind of came out in a plume of powder.
God. My goodness.
Okay, so that's what I was doing during the sprint. How did your
Wow.
years go?
Well, I mean, I don't know if I can live up, Amy, to your adventures, but
Protein and emails, yeah.
so it's been more than a year since I last looked at this, and I don't think it's too
No,
bad. I mean,
it hasn't
it's
been a year, Alex. It's been 2 minutes. I remember us being here 2 minutes ago and talking about this.
see
Terrifying.
the file says June 2023.
No. Oh my God. Why
I
does time
know.
go so fast?
I
I
know
literally would have said that was
time
a month ago.
time absolutely flies, doesn't it? Which is absolutely crazy. But I don't think it's too bad. I mean, obviously it's a lot more flowery than Minmus is, with it being, well, it pitches slightly older, but also with
Mm,
it being kind of in that gothicy sort of style.
mm.
So I've been just sort of trying to gently like pull that back a little bit, but I am enjoying it. It's interesting reading something that past Alex has done, and sort of thinking about how that's going to work. But yeah, it's been really, really good fun.
You don't really get the benefit of time, do you? Because once you're on that treadmill with a book, it's like, can you do this round of edits in 2 weeks, this round in 3 weeks? And you're like, you're just racing to get it done. And each round of edits I
Yeah.
send, I'm worried that I'm getting to the point where at some point I'm going to start making it worse. Like, they're not
Oh
very
my
big
God.
edits now, but I'm
Yes.
like, it's quite complex, my next book, and I'm a bit worried about some of the continuity stuff. And I
Oh,
keep changing
really?
things, and I'm like, I think I'm tightening it, but I could also be throwing in some new problems for me in the future to
I see. I see. Yes, creating some loopholes for future Amy to have to unravel. I understand.
I'm going to, I think it's, oh gosh, I've lost track. So it went to structural edits, and then it's been checked by my editor, and then by the boss of my editor does like a final approval, I think, of structural edits. So then it'll go to copy edits, and I think that's when they might be like, all these like little nitty-gritty details that you've just skimmed over, you probably need to figure these out now. So I'm just waiting for that to happen.
Yeah. Yeah, it's scary when you know it's coming. Ah,
I've really tried, but
we do
some
our
of it
best.
is just such a snarl. I'm like, I need somebody else to look at this now and tell me, does this make sense? Because me and my
Yes.
editor have both read it lots of times now, because my editor is the one who acquired it. So she read it a couple of times at that point, and then I think she's on about the fourth read of it or something. So it's
Yeah,
not.
that becomes really hard, doesn't it? Because you just memorize it and then your eyes just slide. I mean, I was absolutely rotten for that, for just rereading it a million times.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't learned from my mistakes because I did exactly that again. So, yeah, hopefully we will see how it goes. The only thing with the Min Miss too is that this will be the first time that my editor is seeing it. So she is seeing it for the very first time. Whereas for me, it's actually like a second or even a third draft. So
I'm a
hopefully
chronic
her fresh eyes.
overdrafter. I don't know how many times I edit each book, but it's a lot. Like some people will say to me, "Oh, I must have been through 5 rounds of edits, including the publisher." And I'm like, if you add a 50 onto that, you're probably closer to where I am.
Yeah, I
I edit
know.
a lot, and then even when I'm not supposed to be editing, sometimes I edit again just because I want it to be perfect.
Yeah, just because. I understand that completely, but I think that there is a huge danger in kind of oversaturating your brain. You know, I mean, I've just read the same scene twice, you know, just because I felt like I wasn't satisfied with it, so I had to go back. Why am I like this?
I try and trick my brain. I found that if I send it to my Kindle and change the font and stuff like that, I can reinvigorate myself a little bit. Read it on screen and then print it out. They're my only ways of tricking myself that I'm reading a different book. But yeah, I am getting to the point where I'm like, hang on, I've read this scene before. And I'm like, no, I just read it a week ago when I last read this book. So yeah, I've written a chapter outline, like an updated one, and that is helping because it's helping me to keep track of where I am and not start to doubt myself. I'm like, no, this is robust because look, here it is written down on the page. So
you are very good.
Chronic Warrior comes out again. Let's see what the people in the comments are doing. Hello,
Han, hello.
Look, you summoned Han. She's talking about D&D. Quick, Alex.
I know. Quick. I know. Isn't she a superstar? So good.
That's
so good.
Cool. I love the fact that Han's just casually got 3 writing projects on the go, and I'm sure is juggling them all effortlessly. That's
I know. It's sickening, isn't it?
At the same time as being a student and working in a bookshop. You are amazing, Han. Keep it up. Imagine the power you're going to have when you're not doing a degree anymore. Like
she's just the Terminator of writing friends.
Honestly, I do have some friends. I fear that I'm the friend where it's like, hey, I'm still working on that same thing I was working on 3 months ago. I'm not I've written 3 books and edited 2 more since then. I'm the plodder.
I'm the plodder.
Yeah. The book title keeps alluring me. I've still not looked it up. I'm going to do an Alex and add it to my tabs so that I can look at it in the sprints because people tell me all these book titles.
Oh yes, isn't that on Netflix, Marlene? Is that like a? I haven't seen it, but
I think it might be Sharon who had read it and was talking about the series, but I don't know whether she'd watched it or was thinking about watching it.
Maybe she can let us know.
That's
more words than me.
That's amazing in half an hour. Whoa, that's Fabulous. That's like my pinnacle. If I get 500 words in half an hour, I'm really pleased with myself. Yeah, do you know what? I tell myself this all the time. Look, Alex, we in the future can handle it all. And we can do this.
I mean, that seems to me like just putting off the problem, which I do enjoy doing. I do enjoy just, putting everything on future Alex for her to deal with.
I think editing books is like that, though, because until you get to the very last round of edits where nothing really can change, you can just fob off. It's like, oh, that's difficult. I'll do it the next round of edits. I still have it's now a very short list of things I've fobbed off to the next round of edits.
Yes. I've got exactly the same. So I do a lot of journaling now. I've got a cute bullet journal.
Oh, that is nice.
It's got my name on it, and it's full of like stickers and stuff, all sorts of things. And I have a list in here.
I've seen those before and I love them. Where's it from?
So this one is from Papier, which is
that's the one.
So you can see it. Oh,
so is it their bullet journal or is it?
Yes. So it's just a bullet journal. I think actually it's on there as dotted notebook. But there are loads of them, and I will be getting another one next year. I'm going to be continuing on. It's so personal. I can't really show it on camera, but it has been really, really good fun. But I use this for sort of listing things that need to be changed in the future as well. So then when I come to things, I can organically write them in rather than jumping through the book like a Mad Weasel, which ironically would probably fit my writing style, but
yeah, and I think that a Mad Weasel would probably only enhance what's already going on in your books.
I think so, actually. I am glad that, I mean, the reviews have started to come in and none of them seem too bamboozled, so I'm glad.
Well, Alex, I'd not ordered it. I'm sorry, bad friend. So I've now ordered it, and it's on its way.
Amy, it's all right. Please don't worry.
I tried to pre-order the books.
I didn't get Mina 3 until I actually could find it and smell it in Waterstones. So please don't worry. In fact, Trish bought it for me actually at the end.
There is a beautiful thing about walking into a shop and going, "Oh my gosh, my friend's book," and buying it there and then. Normally, I've already bought it. And I do go like the really nerdy person to the counter and go, "I know this person."
I know this person. She's really nice. I have been known to like knock children over in bookshops to get it. What I need to get.
Oh, honestly,
get out of my way!
When there's actual teenagers in the YA section, I stand behind them like, "Come on, adult here, not getting any younger. I want to look at the YA books." I've got to show you, Alex.
Look at me, I'm turning to dust. You've got the power of youth. Let me through.
This is my book that I write notes in. Are you ready?
Yeah. Yeah. That is the Big Book of Doom. I think you showed me that before.
I love it. I'm writing my new, hopefully year after next book in there. And it's where I splat all my ideas initially, and then I start to slowly craft them into something. And I think I know a lot about this book so far. Like for some reason, I don't want to start writing it, and I keep putting it off. So I sat yesterday and wrote down all the things I know, and I know a lot of things. So I'm like, why am I not writing it? But I think it's slightly different, and I'm feeling a bit intimidated, like I've psyched myself out. So I think maybe I need to write the first chapter just to try it and see what happens.
Just give it a go and give it like a bit of a feel. That's so amazing, though. That's so great. I find it so interesting kind of hearing about everybody's sort of processes. You know, I mean, I rarely like plan anything. I pretty much just jump in and thinking about like. Sorry, go on.
Sorry, I was just going to say, I think I need to do that with this one because it's freaking me out slightly. I need to just rip the Band-Aid off.
Just give it a go and just see what happens. I'd go for it and just see.
Nobody's asking for it from me. Like, it's not under contract. My agent knows about it, and Kev. And maybe Mia. Nobody else, I don't think.
Oh, we know about it now.
Yeah, well, I'm not saying what it is publicly. I might tell you later, Alex. But I don't like to talk about things publicly that I'm working on. I really don't know why. I think it's a bit of a superstition thing that if I talk about it, it might not become a real book. I don't know why I think this. But I don't like to talk about books. When it gets announced, I think that's when I feel comfortable. Because like my book that hopefully is going to be announced this year, they really want it to be a big thing and like it to just get announced as a big So I think if I talked about it, it would have ruined that. So I'm glad that I haven't.
I see. See, I had the opposite thing because my book was never announced.
You announced it.
I blabbed it.
Yeah, I
gradually.
mean, thing is though, if it doesn't get announced, this is what you've got to do, because I think I found that with Mina book 2 and 3. I think book 2 got announced, but book 3 just because you're writing a series, by then like the bookseller and stuff doesn't. I think they put a little thing in it, but they don't like announce it as a new deal or anything. It's kind of like we've been there and done that twice. We're not giving you another one.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I did that myself for the third one, but this one, because it's a little bit different, she says, without spoiling too much, it kind of, I think it's going to get its own thing, hopefully.
That's so exciting. I absolutely can't wait. I'm so excited. I mean, as you know, I absolutely loved Mina. I absolutely loved the anthology, and that introduced me to so many cool new authors as well. And I just feel like when is this one supposed to be coming out? Next year?
Yes, next year. Probably this time next year.
I just feel like it's going to be a good year.
I hope so. Thanks. I think I've told you about it before, secretly, privately. If not, I'll remind you what it is.
We've done some sneaky sneaks.
You've got to. I'm sorry, people in the comments, but you've got to spill certain things to a few individuals. Otherwise, you would explode it all out in a really inappropriate way. So you've got to kind of have your trusted little group of writers that you tell stuff so that you won't accidentally blurt it on the internet. It's the only way, I think.
I understand. I mean, I think that, you know, I have that much that I sort of keep bottled up for ages, and then I like to come on the internet and be unexpectedly bizarre. You know, I think just sometimes it just comes out, doesn't it? You know, you think that you're going to have a normal sprint and it just goes a little bit haywire.
I think
so I get that.
They feel so candid, don't they, that stuff just kind of comes out. I did nearly spoil it during my interview with Josh, and I nearly started talking about it because Josh knows about it, and I was like, oh man, luckily Kev can edit this, but I don't think I think I nearly did it and then caught myself.
I think a lot of it is when you're talking with people that you like.
Yeah.
And because the regulars on your stream and stuff are just so lovely, like all of the gang is so lovely, and you know, everybody's kind of clued into this world of books and publishing and reading and everything, and because we are all together, even though we all do different things, we're all kind of within the same. So I think that it creates an atmosphere where you want to just sort of be yourself, because it is just like chatting with pals, which I really like.
I nearly sang to you then, Alex. We're all in this together from High School Musical. Just
oh God.
I won't sing it to you. Just pretend that I did. You know, here's Zac Efron singing it.
Are you sure you don't want to sing it to me? Because you can do if you want to.
The moment's gone now. I used to do it when I was teaching. Honestly, it was so bad. My whole class when I was in year 2 were obsessed with High School Musical. And if anybody said something from it, like they said that's fabulous, I would have to then sing at least 3 lines of Fabulous.
Oh God! See, I'm not really very clued in on High School Musical. It was never something that I really knew. So I know I feel like I've missed the boat there.
It's pure cheese. It's a musical in a high school.
See, I mean, I feel because I love musicals. Oh, one thing that I did watch recently, for the first time ever, you're going to be so shocked at me. Little Shop of Horrors. Never seen it.
Do you know what? I haven't watched it for probably, oh my goodness, more than 20 years. Kev, we need to watch that. We need to resolve.
Oh, I just fell in love with it. But I've been walking around going like like the plant. It's so good, and now I really want to see it like on the stage.
Oh yeah, that'd be amazing. I got some street cred today because we were doing some art in the afternoon when I was teaching, and a little girl started doing this black and white stripy pattern, and I was like, oh, that just looks like a sandworm. And then I was like, I really hope they know what I'm talking about. They're gonna think I'm so weird. And she was like, you've seen Beetlejuice? I'm like, I don't want to say like I am Beetlejuice, but I do feel I've been embodying Beetlejuice. And like,
oh my God, I still haven't seen the new one. We are going to watch it though. Maybe this weekend.
Yeah, go and see it. I really enjoyed it.
I've heard good things. I'm not gonna be like mega crazy.
Yeah.
I know it's not going to be exactly the same, but I've heard that it's good, and I've heard that it doesn't use like that they've done the same kind of effects. Is that right? Like it's physical effects rather than like all digital.
I don't know. I can't tell the difference sometimes, but yeah, I don't like mega CGI stuff, and I didn't notice a lot of that.
Oh, that's so exciting.
And Winona Ryder, I mean.
Oh, I know. Catherine O'Hara as well.
Yeah,
I'm so excited. I absolutely can't wait. So I will let you know when we've seen it.
Yeah, do please. We had a great time. We went on opening night. Me and Kev had like an adult night.
Did you?
Which is so rare.
My God. See, I'd just be so worried about like I mean, the reason why we usually leave it a little bit later, and I know that there's been like a lot of discourse about this online, but I really feel like theatre etiquette around us has gone way downhill. People behaving badly in the cinema.
Oh, do you know what? It was fine. We've been twice this year to the cinema, which for us is quite a lot now. I went to see Twisters, and we went to see Beetlejuice, and both were excellent. I loved both the films, particularly Twisters. I think actually, weirdly, I was really obsessed with it. Like I would watch it again.
Oh my God! Because it's absolutely not my kind of film. Like natural disasters are not my fave.
Not normally mine, but the cast are really good. I really liked the first Twister. I think it is just one Twister, but I thought it was
Twister
really
singular.
Good. Like it had some good like drama at the start, and people, some didn't make it, and then everybody's coping with that, and it was just like full of angst and action, and yeah, it was good. Can we just take a minute for Han and
Han?
him for grades? Woohoo! That is such a
Oh,
nice
what
feeling.
an absolute star.
Well done. Well done. Seriously, that's like a massive thing. I remember like sitting in my last exam and going, this is it. Like, this is the last exam. I'm never going to do an exam again. And it was a
Scary.
3 hour,
Scary.
it was some kind of law. I don't remember which kind. It was a 3 hour exam. And I sat at when I wrote the last word and my hand was like a piece of spaghetti. I just thought, yeah, I'm done with those. Kev did accounting, so he had to do loads of exams after uni as well. But
oh God,
I was done.
Nothing worse.
Yeah, last day of uni, I was just like, we're done.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
good.
yeah, get the book under your belt first, maybe, and then cool, Sharon. We'll leave some feedback on this TV show. Do you know what? I really loved it. I watched the first one in preparation for the second one, and I liked the second one better, which doesn't normally happen. But I thought the cast was so good. The new cast just really sold it for me. Like, I thought, yeah, they were great, particularly the male and female lead. I quite fancy the male lead. I've forgotten his name. He was in Anyone But You, a really good rom-com that's got a really rude, funny scene where I won't spoil it, but I actually cried laughing. If anybody wants a little bit of a pick me up, it's on Amazon Prime, I think, and it's really funny. There's a tarantula and somebody's scared of it, and it just gets really out of hand very quickly. I'll tell you about it, Alex, if you want to know. It's very, very it's good visual humor. I won't mention the details on a public stream. It's probably not very family friendly. Oh, do you know what?
Yeah. There's been a lot of that
Salem's
here
Lot.
as well.
Salem's Lot. Glenn Powell, thank you. Yes. He is really cool. He's like a kind of young Brad Pitt type. Like, doesn't look like him, but has got that kind of charm and charisma. Sorry, our baby monitor's going wild for some reason. And we still use one just because I feel like if I miss some little sound that the precious darling makes, all will not be well in the world. I don't know whether I've read the book several times, and Kevin and I were talking about this the other day. Like, have we seen the other one, or have we just seen enough memes that we think we've seen it? Because that's how I thought I'd seen Practical Magic, and I hadn't. I think I'd just seen memes strung together, and in my head I'd made them into a film, and I thought I'd watched it, and I hadn't.
Oh, there is also actually guys talking about remakes. Nosferatu.
Yes. I mean, I'm not mad about all these vampire things, I have to say. Like,
I know.
All vampires all the time, as they'd say on Fictional Hangover. Keep it coming. I am not going to stop writing about them for the foreseeable, so they might as well still be trendy. Okay, I'm going to go to another sprint before I ramble anymore. I'm going to go and do some boring admin. Are you going to go and write your lovely book?
I am. I'm going to do some more reading of what last year's Alex wrote.
Excellent. Do you know what? Everybody, I don't know whether it's still good though, because I was obsessed with it when it came out. When I was, how old would I have been? Like about 20 or something. So it might not have aged well, but I still really like a lot of the songs I sing to myself all the time. Zac Efron has some particular belter songs that are really cheesy but really good. I don't know whether he sang them himself though. In a Rolling Stone interview, he said he didn't, and I was like, oh, okay. Like, I think he did bits of the singing, but not all the singing. Yeah, I think that you should try and watch it, everybody, with an open mind. I need to Google who David Soul is. I'm going to do that in the next sprint, Sharon, because I can't actually picture who that is. So maybe I haven't seen it. Right, let's put a timer on. And we'll do 40 minutes this time. And I'll see if the next one, I may do 30 or 40. I'm just going to keep you all on your toes. Turns out
oh my gosh, Rebel Amy strikes again.
I know. I think Sharon put that earlier up and I didn't bring it up. I'm such a rebel. I'm like the opposite of rebel, so it's quite fun to be a rebel in a small way for once.
Oh gosh, she's unstoppable, guys.
I know.
She's gone mad with power.
Definitely. Right, I'll see you all in just under Hello, that made me
Hello.
jump. I just read a really good line in my book. I'll read it to you, and it was just the wrong moment for a cat to meow at me. They're working on a body in a mortuary, and it says she couldn't bring herself to say that she thought she'd seen Mina Jean stir. So
Meow.
a lady in her 50s might be waking up as a vampire, and I suddenly was like, oh my gosh. So yeah, I think it's going to be really good. It's interesting. It starts with quite heavy horror, and then it takes you to these, women of different generations who run a funeral parlor together, and they're working on this woman who's died, and then I think she's just moved.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
So yeah, it's good. I thought the horror had just completely gone. Like it kind of just drops into this nice conversation between women, but it's just teased me back in at the end of the chapter. So I think it's going to be really good. It's a debut novel, and it's one of those that I'm a bit jealous. It's by Lindy Ryan, and it's like ridiculously accomplished. So I'm a bit like debut novelist who's like hit the ground running.
I'm glad that you're reading though. Does this mean that you've ticked everything off your list?
Yeah, I have. The only thing I've not done I'm going to do tomorrow, which is take an Instagram photo. I decided to take an Instagram photo at like 9 p.m. Probably isn't the best idea for lighting and whatnot. So I've got the books ready. So I'm going to take a picture tomorrow.
Very nice. Very nice.
So how about you? How's vampires going?
Yes. So I've done a little bit more reading. I think that I'm still kind of in sort of like key stage 2 mode, so it's kind of shocking me a little bit how flowery it is. So I'm just kind of making it a little bit more palatable for me, just sort of breaking it down a little bit. But I mean, it has to have that sort of like gothic-y sort of feel. So I am really enjoying that.
Yeah,
But
it's an interesting one, isn't it? Because you don't often kind of work on one series, move on to another one, and then go back to the original one and kind of find that style again. So that's quite a challenge, Alex. I think you're up to it.
It's weird, but we will see. I mean, obviously, this isn't there isn't a contract for this. No one's asked for it. But I would just like to do it, so I am.
Sometimes you need to do things for yourself, and you never know. I'm becoming more of a believer in like if you want it done, you kind of got to do it.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
If it's gonna like tick a little box for you, and that's all that ever is, then great. But
and it'll be on my sleeve.
It might be more. You never know.
We will see. You never know, indeed.
You don't with these things. Somebody could get a whiff of a TV show, or whatever. You see, like Scott Westerfield's Uglies was one of the first YA books I read, probably 20 years ago, and it's been made into a series now.
Yeah, my goodness me.
Doesn't
Never too late.
Yeah, it doesn't, and I think that's it. That seems to happen with YA in middle grade. Like even Good Girls Guide, think of how popular that was, and it is. And the series, the TV show just got made when the series is finished. Like,
of course.
So, yeah, I never say never with publishing, and just know that things are always going to come along to surprise you in the best and worst ways. It's that kind of job, isn't it?
Oh, yes, very much so.
I've just picked up. We went to church the other day. We go to the family church every so often, and they made locust. I never can say that word. I always want to call it a lotus, and it just it just was looking at me with its little googly eyes.
It's little. Oh, that's
Nathan
cute.
was so impressed with his locust, and we had to put lots of sellotape on to make it stand up, because that was his requirement. In his 4-year-old brain, it needed to stand up, or it wasn't fit for purpose.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it can't be a lazy locust. It has to be a get up and go kind of locust.
Yeah, they are kind of get up and go creatures. As I was listening to the Bible story, I was like, wow, this is a lot for a family service. That's a whole other subject. Let's say hello in the comments. Hi, Alexis.
Hello.
Nice. I love reaching round numbers in the end of chapters where I feel in a happy place. I feel a bit annoyed with myself that I'm halfway down a page in this. Like, I need to get to a satisfying point. Sharon, it's kind of a lovely moment to be in, but also I sometimes have a bit of a flap when I finish a book. Like, I finished Carn in the Cornfield 3, Church of Friendo, for the book club that we're chatting about this weekend. And I just had to grab one of the books on the pile. I was like, there's so many I want to read. I'm going to end up in full indecision mode. And I just jumped straight in with this. And I've only read adult books this month, Alex. This is my 4th book of the month, which is not many for me. I'd prefer it if I read more like 6. But all adult. No children's, no YA.
My goodness me. Maybe you're just feeling grown up, Amy. Is that where
Maybe.
your rebellious streak has come from? Is it because of all these
Maybe.
grown-up books that you're reading?
Reading all these badass books. Yeah, 2 of them by Stephen Graham Jones as well, and one Adam Caesar, and then this one. So yeah, I'm going to read some middle grade just to mellow it out. In fact, I'll read yours next month since I've
You should see what you think. It'll be a palate cleanser.
I'm very excited about all the imps. I kind of want to know what imp I am. Or do you identify with an imp, or do you like covet having an imp by your side?
My
Like
goodness.
what's the kind of, where do we stand on imps? Do you want to be one, or do you want to have one, or like be friends with one?
I mean, I think that I've definitely been visited by many an imp. I mean, do you have like a recurring small misfortune? Like, what is your little annoying thing that always happens to you?
Do you know, there's so many of them, I don't even know where to start.
Where to begin? I know it's hard, isn't it?
You know what is a really specific and annoying one? And I think it has involved a 4-year-old person in our house, because I did catch him at it. Losing one of my shoes. One of my shoes.
Yeah,
not both shoes.
There's definitely an imp for that.
One as well. I think the imp is 4 years old, and I produced him because it happened at my mum's house the other day. And I went to put my foot in my shoes, and I was like, "There's only one shoe." And Nathan went, "I put the other one in the utility room."
That is very imp-like behaviour.
So I feel like I've just, an
imp of your own making.
Yeah, and I think it's things like I'm the lost glasses is quite an annoying one, because you lose your glasses but you also can't see to find them.
Yep.
That seems like
Velma.
That's a double misfortune. Is there an imp of lost glasses?
Oh yeah, there will be, most definitely. There will be. Hang on, let me open my imp encyclopedia for you, and I will give you a few imps.
Is this a book that's going to be published, or is this just for your own reference to keep track of your own imps?
No, this is just it's just for me, really. But
oh, Simon & Schuster, can we just put this out to the universe? That would be an amazing thing to publish, an imp encyclopedia. I would read the heck out of that, with a little illustration of each imp next to it.
That would be very cute, wouldn't it?
Dreamy.
Let me find it.
Did you go on imp encyclopedia? Did I get that right?
Yes, imp encyclopedia.
Yeah.
Let's see some of my favourites. Okay, so we have there's an imp called Fashionista with a Z, and that is the imp in charge of when your outfit doesn't quite match.
Oh yeah, I know that imp well. Is there one when you step on something and it really hurts, and then you look down and you don't know what you've stepped on?
Oh yeah, there most definitely will be. I've got Gumstuck, who's the imp in charge of when you have chewing gum stuck to the bottom of your shoe.
Oh, that's a really annoying one. Disapprove, Gumstuck, not cool.
Who's You, who's the imp in charge of when you see someone all the time but you've forgotten their name and it's too late to ask.
No, that's my imp. And it happens the worst time is when somebody comes to a book event and I start talking to them as if we've never met, and then they say they've met me like 3 times at other events, and I'm so bad.
It's awful, isn't it? When you recognise the face but the name is just gone.
Or I don't even know that I've met somebody, and Kev will be like, "You've met this person before." And I'm like, have I? How do you recognise them? I think so many faces pass me by. But when I'm teaching and doing book events and doing social media, I think I'm so exposed to faces that I just can't retain them. Yeah, that one. That I feel, what's that imp called?
That was Who's You.
Yeah, Who's You, I think might be my personal imp.
I'll do you one more. Last one, which is the imp in charge of when there's one donut left at the bakery and the person in front of you gets to it first.
Oh, that's a really sad time. And usually you've got a 4-year-old next to you going, "I really want that." What? Yeah, that imp is cruel. Well, they're all mischievous, aren't they? None of them.
They are extremely mischievous. Very, very naughty indeed.
I want to read it next. Although I was talking to Kendara Blake the other day and realised that I've not read her. I always read her horror books, but her fantasy ones I tend to sort of stockpile for when I feel like reading a fantasy book. And her fantasy series Champion of Fate is really chunky, so I'm going to read yours next week, and then I think I'm going to take that on holiday because it's chunky. Like, it might be enough for a week if I
Yeah,
take
get
the
you
Kindle as
through.
well.
Yeah, you need to kind of plan ahead, and it'd be quite nice actually taking a chunky one with you, because then you don't have to faff with multiple books, but you know
This
that
is
you've
it.
got a good one to get through.
Yeah, exactly.
Are you
And
going anywhere nice?
we're going to Disney at
Are
Halloween.
you? Oh my god!
Yes. We're going to eat all the snacks, buy all the spooky things,
I'm
and
very
yeah,
jealous. That's
just have a
amazing.
very merry time.
How lovely. How lovely.
And we've got like 8 days there. We've gone a bit ridiculous this time. We started at like, should we do 5 or 6 like normal? And then before we knew it, we were doing 8 days in
Is this
Disneyland Paris.
Paris?
Yeah, so by the end of it, I'm going to intimately know Disneyland Paris, but
You
I'm really
will.
excited.
Gosh, you will. I would love to go. I hope that you have a lovely time. That sounds
Thank
so good.
you. I think 4's a good age because I feel like rides that were too scary when we were 2 and 3, like Buzz Lightyear, was a bit overwhelming with all the firing, the lasers. I think might be just perfect when you're 4, and Slinky Dog looked a bit too fierce and bouncy, but I think fierce and bouncy might be the thing when you're 4, maybe.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
that sounds good.
I think I might just have to buy lots of Toy Story toys in bribery. Come on, I want to go on this ride. I'll buy you a little alien. He wants a Toy Story alien and Daisy Duck. They're the 2 toys that we are looking for.
That's so cute.
I feel like that might not be too difficult at Disney.
Yeah, I reckon you can probably manage that.
Yeah, it's better than some of the obscure requests I get. So, did I tell you about his costume that he wanted to be zombie Mickey Mouse?
Of course you did.
And I managed to negotiate down to Vampire Stitch. So,
Okay, yes, I mean that. Yeah.
because that's the thing that actually exists. I don't need to try and make it. I was like having horrible
Yes.
images of getting a Mickey Mouse mask and like having to melt it or something.
Oh gosh. Yeah, I know what
Can
you
you
mean.
imagine like all the kids crying when they see my kid at Disney? Right, that is pure satisfaction. That never happens to me in sprints, Marlene. I need to learn. Encyclopedia does sound exceptional. Yeah, man, those imps, honestly. I'm going to update you, Alex, on my preferred and least preferred imps. I feel like some might become my nemesis.
Yes, you let me know.
Thank you, Sharon. There will be many pictures on my social media. You'll be sick of hearing about it. I'll be
I
giving
hope
regular
so.
updates.
I
I
can't
think
wait to see.
Nathan and Kev are going to try all the snacks. I tend to sample the snacks, but they tend to look better than they taste. Like there was a coffin biscuit that looked amazing last time, and I really enjoyed posing with my coffin, but it was just like a shortbread biscuit at the end of the day. So I think
Yeah.
I always like the photo op, but then feel a bit like, oh, what am I going to do with this giant Mickey Mouse donut? Well, I mean, try and eat it, but it's just going to take me like all day.
Choke it down.
Yes.
Dry donut.
Yeah. This is exactly what happened. Like they look so good, and there are a lot of them. They're just kind of like mass. This is my cynical heart comes out. They're not as exciting as they look quite often. Right, it is getting late, so let's do a 30-minute one because I'm determined to finish before 10 o'clock. I need to actually start being sensible about sleep. So I don't know what I'm doing in the last sprint. Kev's disappeared, so I feel like we might watch something, but I'm going to read a bit of this book until he reappears. My spooky book of choice at the moment. I highly recommend if you want an adult vampire book. And if you want some cute imps, order Alex's book like I just did.
Order it. You won't regret it.
Unless you're inviting imps into your house by ordering it, in which case, good luck.
It's great.
See
Happy
you
sprints,
anywhere
everyone.
else. Hello.
It got me.
Well, it got me. I said to Kev, I think I need to just, and then the cat meowed. And I was like, oh yeah, move really fast. Got it. Guess what? We just started watching Little Shop of Horrors.
Really? Oh my gosh, which one?
Well, the Rick Moranis one.
Yes, yeah,
Is
that's
that
the one
is
that
that the
I
first?
saw.
Yeah, it's really good. And I'm sat there going to Kev like, have I seen this? Like, I don't remember anything, and yet I can remember talking to my parents about it, and I remember the name Seymour, and I was like, and Kev just keeps predicting stuff that he doesn't think he remembers it, but then he's like, oh yeah, I know, I think somebody's going to bleed at this bit, and somebody bleeds. It's
It's
so
so good.
good. Is
I
it a
love
kids
Audrey
film?
too.
Is it a kids film or is it an adult film?
No, I wouldn't say it's for kids.
I feel like I watched it as a kid. Is this why I blocked it out? Is it one of those things I watched when I was too young?
Maybe. I think it's quite scary, but I think it's a bit sexy as well.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, we recognised an actress from an obscure Christian Slater film, Pump Up the Volume, of course.
Oh.
And in that, she's an English teacher who's really like kind of quite not prim and proper, but very like covered up, and and then she's there with this wonder bar on and everything.
Oh, you mean Audrey?
Everything. Yeah, everything on display.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I absolutely love it though. The soundtrack is amazing, and I've heard the original musical
Uh,
soundtrack as well, because it's very different, but I really, really love it. Very, very good.
yeah, and it's got that sort of vibe that I really like that only the 80s seems to offer, like things like Beetlejuice and stuff like that. I just don't think like Beetlejuice, I think captured that feel really well. That's why I liked it.
I can't wait to go see it. I'm so excited. I've got my outfit picked out and everything.
What are you gonna wear?
Well, I mean, I have a lot of black and white stripes in my wardrobe, so I'm going to just pick something from there. But yeah, I can't wait. But the question is, do I go like double black and white stripes?
I mean, I wore a Beetlejuice t-shirt and Beetlejuice stripy shorts. I forgot I had a cardigan. I'm really annoyed with myself. I've got a black and white stripy Beetlejuice cardigan that I did
Oh
not
my god!
I did not put into play, so I'm quite sad. And I do have a Beetlejuice dress somewhere, but I don't know whether I got rid of it because it was really short. It's one of those things that I should have sent back and just sat in my wardrobe for a few years. So
Yeah,
I just got rid of that. Every time I put it on for a convention, I was like, too short. So
I
I don't
did
think I
see
ever
that
wore it.
Primark has a few Beetlejuice bits and pieces, but
Yeah.
nothing that like really
Yeah.
sparked joy though. I'll only buy something if it like really grabs me.
Yeah, literally. We went, I'd taken Nathan into town with our next door neighbour's daughter for her to get her birthday present from Lush. So we had like an hour in Lush. It was amazing. Went to
That's cute.
Starbucks. And then I was like, should we just all go to Primark? And we went crazy in the Disney section. But again, didn't buy anything because nothing was amazing enough. And then the Beetlejuice section, there's some really good stuff online, but we just had a sprinkling, and it was like a couple of pajama sets that I wasn't that bothered about. And there was nudie very much like this one. And I kind of thought I probably don't need two massive black and white striped hoodies. Like it might just be pushing it a little.
Yeah, I know what you mean, and I think sometimes as well, looking at all this stuff, it's quite nice to ask Santa for it at this time of year. I think as well. Like I have quite a long list of like stuff that Santa can send me if he feels like
Mm.
I've been good.
Honestly, I have such random stuff. Like this year's main present from my mum is the Lego haunted house that I've been coveting for years, and they've discontinued it. And I found
Oh my
one.
God,
I think it was
no!
on eBay or Amazon for like it's still an extortionate price, but like it hasn't gone up too much yet. And I thought if they've discontinued it, I need it now. And it was like the last one. I think it was Amazon. It was the last one left.
Oh, you did well then.
So it's standing there in my room, and it came and it like comes up to my waist, the box. I've checked the model just fits on top of my bookshelf, so
Oh, see, that's
it will
perfect. At
fit.
least you've got a space for it. See,
Yeah.
my Lego kind of covetousness at the moment is the Lego Animal Crossing
Oh my gosh! And the
sets.
Nightmare Before Christmas is the one that's calling to me. And if I'd not
Yeah.
bought Haunted House, I say, would I have bought that instead? I don't think I would. I just want it as well. That's the problem, Alex.
Mhm,
I
mhm.
want it as well. I've tried to explain to Kev that at some point it will be discontinued, and I need it now so that I can add it to my trophy room. But I haven't quite won that battle yet. At some point, it's just going to arrive at the house and it's going to be like, oh, okay, we're doing this then.
I feel like it just needs to happen. It's kind of inevitable at this point, isn't it?
It is. There are certain things that I just know is going to, like, I'm going to angst over it. Like the haunted house. I've been looking at it for years in Lego shops. Like, even since.
Yeah, and I mean, I think when it arrives at that point, you just know. Although sometimes I know instantly. Like I bought, I mean, as I was telling you off camera, you know, I mean, I've been so like crunched lately, like financially, with the way that everything has gone up, and with, you know, me having such a long gap between books. But I've now been paid.
Yay!
And I've made my first splurge. I've bought a new dress for my imp events. I know.
Yay!
There's a mushroom print dress that went on to Popsy.
Oh my goodness.
And I've had to pick it up. And I had this moment. I was doing my, I was running my new event for the first time, and I was kind of explaining, like, you know, what I do, like going around schools and stuff. Turned around and looked at the slide behind me, and there was a picture of me wearing the same dress that I was wearing at the time. And I just said, like, I do have other outfits. Just, you know, I have had my biannual shower, you know, and the kids are a little bit
God.
perturbed.
I've been having this conundrum. So I'm going to Yalk in November.
Yes.
And I wore 2 different dresses because it's 2 days now. And
Yes.
and one of the dresses I want to wear again,
Sorry.
it looks like Wednesday Addams, but like
Oh,
really
yes.
cool. It's got like the kind of Peter Pan collar and a big bow.
I love that.
And it's just ridiculous.
Gothic
and
vibes.
It's got some sort of gothic print on it. And you know when you wear an outfit and you just feel like it's you, and so many people were like, that dress. And the next day, nobody mentioned what I was wearing. And I don't need compliments, but I quite like them. So I think I'm going to have to wear that dress again. And again, people are going to like see the Yalk photos of this year, and I'm just going to be in the same old outfit. But
I mean, I think it's cool to be an outfit repeater. I do. I think it's, you know, it's better for the planet.
well,
and when something works, it works.
I've started buying from places like Hell Bunny and Disturbia, and they cost like 60 quid a pop probably as well. So there is this, that if, you know, I'm buying good quality clothes, and I feel like, you know, I should give them another outing.
There is a dress that I've been really, really coveting on Disturbia. I think it's like a foxglove. Like,
I've got it. Is it purple?
Have you got it? Maybe you'll have to show me. You'll have to show it to me and let me know what it's like, because I've been like lusting after it for ages. I cannot spend that much. But listen, this mushroom dress had to happen because, you know, do you want to hear something
funny? My mum loves buying me clothes, but will only buy me pretty clothes. So if it's got clothes on it, she doesn't really approve. I don't think she realised that they were fox gloves. They were sort of like, here's this
pretty flowers,
pretty but poisonous flower. So yeah, she bought me that quite willingly for my brother's baby shower. So I went wearing this foxglove dress.
Oh my god, how cute though.
Yeah, and they're lovely. They're really nice cut. I've got 2 of them. One in a different, like a witchy print that's got snakes and daggers and stuff on it, I think. I got that. I think I got that one in sale, and the foxglove I did not get in sale because my mum was paying. So yeah, I think I've got like a handful now of stuff from that. I generally get the Hell Bunny stuff in the sale, but Disturbia I've never caught a sale. One of them had some Beetlejuice stuff too, but it was just too expensive, and I couldn't. Yeah. At that moment, I couldn't part with the money, but I'm kind of regretting it now.
I know what you mean. I mean, I get like targeted ads like heck, you know, because I will like window shop. Although my thing is, I mean, I love secondhand shopping. Like this jumper that I'm wearing now is secondhand. It's just a green jumper, like it's nothing special. But, you know, for me, I like kind of going in and searching for something and trying to, you know, find something that's like stuff that I found that I've really enjoyed. But, you know, with this latest dress purchase, like I just knew, like as soon as it came up, I sent it straight to Tris. And I have another Popsy dress that I know fits.
I need to
really
look up
well.
Popsy. Alex, am I going to regret this? I don't have.
You will regret it, but if you have everyone have a look at Popsy Clothing UK, find this mushroom dress. This is what you will find me in during my school's event. It's very child friendly because I wanted a mushroom dress that was like sort of fantasy vibes, and one
Yeah.
that didn't look too phallic.
I mean, this is the danger of mushrooms. I don't tend to wear my pretty spooky stuff for events. I tend to rock up wearing check shirts and a movie t-shirt and jeans like I'm trying to be Mina, and I've done it for all my like school events, so I can't help it. It's just
Yeah,
what I
well,
do now.
that makes sense though for the vibe of the book though, doesn't it? And I think for like thinking about when I go in for year 7 and year 8, quite often I will be in jeans and like one of my like I've got like the Hell Bunny like little like knit tops.
Oh, I think I've like admired that before on your
They're
school
really
pictures.
nice though, and they're good for like us kind of chubby girls because they just look
Oh,
really good on the bod. They do though, they do. They make the girls
I
look
know,
really
but
good.
call yourself a
So
chubby girl. Come on now.
I recommend. I recommend. If you know, you know.
Oh my goodness, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I've just seen something called an Amy animal print dress. Excuse me, but it's adorable. It's bright pink and turquoise. It's like, can you imagine if I rocked up at Comic Con in a pink dress? That would confuse everyone.
It really would. It really would. I mean, since I've watched Little Shop of Horrors, I'm feeling like I might need something a bit leopard print.
Yeah, it's
I am,
it's
and I don't own anything leopard print, but I'm feeling like maybe I'm entering like a new era.
yeah, do it.
Maybe I
At this
should.
point, I'm really like, if I want stuff, I now just don't really care what anybody thinks when I put clothes on. It's very freeing. Um,
You dress for you, and I think that's great. I mean, I love confidence, you know. I think that just instantly makes someone look put together.
yeah, that's the only way I'm ever going to look put together, so I might as well lean into it.
I love it. I know I really, really like it. As somebody who is very unfashionable, you know, like when I was TA, quite often the kids would be like, "What are you wearing?" And I'd be like, "Well, I rolled out of bed. I don't own a full length mirror, and
And this is what happened.
I roll through the wardrobe, and this is what happened, and we're going to have to deal with it. Now, do your maths."
I used to wear pretty dresses to teach, pretty dresses and leggings, but leggings aren't allowed on my new school dress code, and that throws
What?
me off. I don't know why.
My
I
God,
don't
I
know.
love leggings as a TA because
I know.
they just make sense though, and like sometimes you know the kids running, you have to chase them.
Well,
So,
this is it. I mean, tights. I end up with the Nora Batty like saggy ankles when I wear tights. I did wear tights
ah,
the first day, and I spent the whole day pulling them up, and they were snag tights too. So really, they shouldn't have
Amy,
fallen down like that.
what? I was just about to say I've got two words for you, snag tights. Were you wearing the right?
Yeah.
Were they too big?
I think I possibly, like when your size goes up and down, I think they might be the wrong size, that pair. Like some of them,
Oh,
I've got a purple bat pair that fit absolutely perfectly, which I wouldn't wear to school because they're really sheer and like sexy. I wear them basically to pose in pictures and occasionally wear them to book events. They belong in the box with my crazy haunted house boots that just appear on social media every now and again. And I
yes,
might
when you
wear
see a
them
book
for Comic
post with the
Con.
shoes.
I don't think they've been to Comic Con. I wore my ones with ghosts. I've got some that have got like holograms where there's a person who's alive and then you tilt your foot and they turn into like a dead skull face.
I
They're
love
quite good at
that.
Comic Con. I just sit and turn them at people when I'm on
I,
stage.
that is amazing. I mean, I love a strong shoe game. I
Yeah.
saw some like crazy like cowboy boots the other day that were they pink or something? I'm not sure. Ever since the Barbie movie, like I've been very like very into potentially dressing like a cowgirl.
Oh, I've got a pair of cowboy boots that I bought in Texas at proper like cowboy outfitters. Kev bought a cowboy hat and he got rid of it because he said he was never going to wear it. I'm sad. I finally
Oh
protected it.
no!
He got the
What
cowboy
the
hat and
heck?
I got the boots, but the boots are amazing. I'll have to send you a picture of them. They're cream with like washed out hearts printed on the sides. They're very
Oh
cool.
my God!
But I do only wear them very occasionally. I need to get them out actually. I keep forgetting about them.
Oh, that is just incredible.
Other things I've got in my
That's
wardrobe, Alex, you'd be surprised. Oh no, falling asleep. Yep, it's my bedtime too. Hi. Oh, thank you. That is so kind.
whoop whoop! So exciting.
Hooray. Yeah, I mean, it did for
Oh
me
really?
capture enough of it. I don't think it's ever going to be the original because it's not 80s and it didn't have certain characters in. I won't spoil it in case you want to go in and find out for yourself. But I understood where those characters weren't there, so that's fine. Particularly one actor who, don't Google if you don't want to go down a massive horrible rabbit hole why a certain
I
actor was not in
understand.
it.
I understand.
Yes. So, should we wear it on the same day, Sharon? What if it's the same dress? Is it from Disturbia?
Oh my god.
A popsy scarf covered in books.
That would be so cute though. Can you imagine? And then you guys could have a photo together. Oh,
Should
good
I
night,
dress?
Sharon.
Isn't there a baby in one of the Addams Family
Bless you.
films? Shall I dress Nathan up as the Addams
Pubit.
Family baby? Yeah, shall I dress him up as a baby with a mustache?
Pubit the baby.
Well.
And then they drop him out the window.
I think he'd spend the day trying to stick the mustache on me, and I'd probably end up going on stage with the mustache like stuck to my ankle or something.
I love that.
He's got a little. He's got like what's he called? Gomez mustache, hasn't he? I'm sure
he does. He's born with a mustache. Yeah. After that's the very start of Addams Family Values, isn't it? I'm having a baby.
Yes.
Right now.
I loved Addams Family Values more as a kid. I probably need to watch them both now and decide which is the superior.
I think actually it was more successful. I think it was more commercially successful. I think it was better rated, which is weird for a sequel, but it is so good. And I mean, Debbie is the best. The best thing. Just absolutely unhinged.
Yeah.
I think about Debbie at least once a week.
I think you should write a Debbie book. Like that could be your adult debut. Can you imagine her as like an adult heroine in a book?
That would be incredible. I have to say though, there is a character in Ministry of Mischief 2 that is channeling a little bit of Debbie.
Oh God.
Everything went a little bit unhinged.
Is your editor going to sit you down and be like, Alex, you know we love Unhinged from you, but can you just like rein it back a little? Thank you, Stephen. I'm going in like a month now. Hooray!
On countdown, holiday countdown.
Yeah, we booked it ages ago too. And you know when like you book it ages ago and you don't forget about it ever, but all of a sudden it's just come upon me and I'm like, hooray, need to sort the outfits. I've got so many Disney outfits, I need to like lay them all out and check that I'm ready
Did I ever show you my crocheted Mickey ears?
No.
Did I show you? I'll nip and grab them. Hang on. I'll just stop my camera just because I'm gonna stand up and I'm concerned. I'm not naked from the waist down. I just I don't know what I'm gonna look like. Let me grab them and show you. Here they are.
Crochet Mickey ears.
So cute. I made them myself.
Oh, Alex, you're so talented. Like
you know what? I was quite pleased with myself about these. I was a little bit smug after I'd finished them, and they were quite comfy as well.
When you said Mickey, I was expecting like the traditional Mickey colours. They are beautiful.
You like them? So
they're amazing.
It's just
what?
It was a very, very rubbish pair. It was like a thin headband with 2 foam ears, reinforced with a bit of cardboard and then crocheted around. And then I put these little buttons, and they're like Mickey buttons.
I was going to ask from a distance if they were in fact Mickey buttons.
Yeah, but we also have little cones to help keep them to your head, and little loops with clips, so you like slide them on and then clip it into your hair. And it means they don't move.
Yet? That's the question.
What? Sorry?
Have you worn them yet?
Yeah, if you look back at my Instagram, May of not this year but the year before. Yeah, I wore them all over, and loads of people ask me. I love it when people ask me, "Oh, I love that. Where'd you get it from?" And I'm like, I made it.
A line I've never said when anybody's asked me about an item of my clothing. I bought it in a shop.
Oh my god, I still love that though. I love complimenting people on their outfits, and I love when anyone asks me what I'm wearing. So yeah, that's my little. Sorry, I'm wiggling them so much.
No, I'm impressed. I would be wiggling them. I've got a Sally pair, a Haunted Mansion pair, and then a few cheapo pairs that I bought of various random things like poison apples and stuff.
Oh, that's so cute though. There are some really, really nice ones. I was very inspired by all of the beautiful, beautiful ears.
Oh, my son said he didn't want any, and then he proceeded to wear my Haunted Mansion ones around the park, and they're the purple Haunted Mansion that looked like a bit like a French maid sort of outfit, and he wore it around. It was so cute.
That's so cute. He'll probably get into the spirit, won't
I
he?
think he might want his own pair this year. I'm hoping. I feel like there might be a Toy Story pair in our future. You can buy ones now where you like build them with cuddly characters. I've got a few
Really?
and love
Oh, that's a
those.
good idea. That's a
Yeah,
really good
I
idea.
don't know if they've come to Paris yet. I definitely saw them on an American Disney tuber where you can. Some people put 3 on, which I think looks weird, like 3 characters. But I would put them like in ear position, like 2 in ear.
Yes, yeah. I mean, I've seen ones like that where it's like Mike on one ear and then
Yeah,
Sully on the other.
yeah, it's
I
that kind
really like that.
yeah, and Jack and Sally, I think, were the ones I saw. But somebody had put a random 0 in the middle, and I was like, you don't need the thing in the middle, just the 2 on the side. I think
I
is
mean, I
that.
suppose if you're making like mini ears,
Yeah,
and you could fashion Zero to be like the bow,
yeah. I mean, there is
because
that.
his body, because it's very flowy, that would be
Yeah.
good. And then just have his little head like just
Oh,
poking out of
yeah,
the bow with
that
it.
would be cute.
That would be cute. And now I'm thinking maybe I need to make another pair.
Yes.
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I think you do need to, and like buy a cuddly mini Jack and Sally and 0 and like sew them into the ears.
That would be so cute. That would be so cute.
Challenge there. Miss
But
Facts.
yeah, it might need to happen. Although I'm not going to Disney. So
You will be though. I know you. I think that there is a Disney visit in your nearish future. I give
yeah.
it 2 years max, Alex, and you'll be back.
Do you think? Do you think?
Yeah.
See, I'm waiting for. I'm sorry for all the Disney talk, but I'm kind of thinking about like because Arendelle is going to be open, isn't it, soon?
Yeah. Is that going to
And
be in Paris or is that in?
yeah, it's Paris.
Oh.
It's near to the Toy Story bit,
Oh.
but I think there'll be a big influx of people when that opens, so I might give it a
Yeah.
bit after that. And then there's going to be a new theme park, like a new Lion King theme park, I think.
Oh.
So
Cool.
yeah.
I'll be back
Still
regardless.
go.
I think we may do Florida next, though. I'm hoping, but who
That's so
knows?
exciting. I would love to do Florida. I've never
Yeah.
been.
Oh, it's so cool. Well, the amount of parks alone, like when you've done Epcot and Animal Kingdom and the
Oh my
water
God.
parks,
I
yeah,
think I'd just like explode. I
it's
think I'd be like really overwhelmed.
it's so tiring, but it's so good. It's really amazing. And that's it for the Alex and Amy Disney talk.
Are
We
done?
didn't talk about Dungeons and Dragons. Is that
Oh,
the thing?
listen, I've been on a 3-week pause while I've been finishing my book, and I miss it. I miss it so much. I mean, I have been playing. I've been playing in my with the author group with
Yeah.
Lucas Maxwell and Grania O'Brien, Alex Dunn, Chloe Homewood. We've all been playing, but I haven't been running Waterdeep. But we're kicking off again next week.
Oh.
And there's been trouble at the Bardic College, so I'm very excited to see how the gang copes with that. And as usual, I will be trying to kill the party.
That sounds excellent. I need to watch. Do you live stream these?
So we have our podcast, which is the You Should Have Been a Meat Shield. So in that, I am a wizard. I am a giant anteater. My name is Sibylline Exiventu, and I am the best member of the party, the most skillful member of the party, the strongest and most good-looking. I mean, I might have picked up a couple of curses over recently, so I'm looking a little bit wrinklier and a little bit scalier than I was before. But you can find it all on. I'm always like linking it on Instagram. Lucas does it all, Lucas Maxwell. And it is really, really good fun. And also he's doing it now in bite-sized chunks. So he's splitting each episode. So
I can cope with bite size.
It's better for just jumping in and hearing an episode. But I mean, the recent ones have just been mental.
Amazing. Okay, I'm gonna do it. I will play with you at some point, but at the moment, did I tell you I've currently got, I think, 4 jobs now.
Yes, you did. You're a busy girl.
I need
so
to
I
just
do
calm
understand. I understand what you
Relax at some
mean.
point.
But I am ready to bring you into the world of D&D. And I think Hannah is going to draw you in as well. So
Oh,
It's
well,
going to
thank you,
happen.
Alex. I've just noticed what time it is. I think we should go to bed. I tried to start early to avoid this, and then we just talk for England, don't we? But it's been lovely. Thank
We
you, everyone
do.
in the comments. Thank you, Alex. And
Thank you,
going
everyone.
to sign off here. I'll be here next Thursday and the next few Thursdays, but then I will be missing some when I go to Disney. I'm sure none of you will begrudge me a couple of weeks off. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you all soon. Bye.
Bye, everyone. Bye.